Hello, and good day to you, fellow citizens and soldiers and friends. I am VJ, or Vic, and this is Confirmed Lunacy. And I want to talk about some serious lunacy today. Recently, I'm sure you are all aware of the raids that have taken place all across the West Coast and even here in Montana. Again, after we have repeatedly passed laws instructing our representatives, the people that are supposed to represent what we want in the government, that we want legalized cannabis for medical use. That's what we want. And we want our initiative process and the things that we vote for respected. Now, some people on the other side of the line, I guess the other side of the line in this case is the government. I don't know how the government that is supposed to be by the people, of the people, and for the people can get this far off, but somehow the government is on the other side of the people now. And if we're not careful, we're going to end up with some loose cannon people wanting to do something about the government. Now, I'm not advocating violence, but I would certainly understand it at this point. If somebody had flash bombed my house and even thought of endangering my children the way that some of this stuff has gone down, I just might be that loose cannon son of a gun myself. But it hasn't happened to me. I'm just saying, I'm just saying, hey, how much of this stuff can we really expect to happen before somebody gets pissed off enough to do something severe about it? Because, well, I'm only human. Okay, I'm nuts, all right? I know that. But I am human, and I know that a human being can only take so much before they're pushed too far. Now, there are a lot of people who are looking at possible prison sentences and losing their entire life savings, everything they've worked for, everything they've tried to leave for their children and their grandchildren, poof, gone because the feds say so. Without a trial, without anything. And it's bullshit, frankly. And here in Montana, we're trying to do something about that. What we're trying to do about it, we have done, was HR 124, no, not HR, excuse me, IR 124, where we put legalized medical marijuana back on the ballot to override the ridiculousness of our state legislature. Also, we are currently working on Constitutional Initiative 109, which will keep the idiots that are supposed to be representing us from crossing us and trying to revamp our initiatives as we put them forward. What we vote for, what we put on an initiative is what we want. The will of the people is the will of the people, and it is the law in this country. And it's damn well time that the sheriffs of this nation start enforcing the law. Which brings me to my next point. Local candidates. That's all there is to it. And not re-electing incumbents. That's what it's going to take, people. Wake up. What is it going to take to wake people up and make you realize that you cannot keep sending the same idiots back to the same offices and expect a different result? That's insanity. Anyhow, if you want to change things, change the Congress. That means you got to change how you vote, probably because you're probably voting your freaking party line. It's time to knock it off. It's time to start voting for people, voting for principles, and not voting for a party. Okay? Now, part of that is we need some of these. You see what this is? This is a ball. We need sheriffs with some of these. Big ones! Because they got to stand up to the federal authority. Okay? That's what has happened in some cases in these land grab situations and in others, and the feds have had to back off. Now, if we elected local sheriffs all over in Montana who are just people like me and you, the guy who works at the grocery store and, the guy who may even have gotten a DUI a couple of years ago, but he's just a guy. We're all just people, right? We need to elect normal people, not part of the establishment, but normal people like you and me to the position of sheriff. And these people got to have some cojones. And when the feds come in and want to do some crap to us, they got to stand up and say no. When they want to serve a search warrant, they got to go through our local guys. Our local guys should be there with their weapons saying no, and if not that, at least with video cameras, videotaping everything that's said and done so that they can help in defending our citizens. That's about enough for right now. I'll be back with more, but I just had to go off on that. And besides that, I was asked to by a friend to make sure that I put in some on these specific issues, which I was going to do anyway. So think about it, pray about it, do whatever you got to do, but do something about it. For God's sake, don't let people just keep getting run over by the feds. Thank you very much for your time. Now, if that wasn't loony, or if what the feds aren't doing is loony, if, then nothing is. I mean, that's got to be confirmed later.